Well, welcome back to Hard Hats, High Heels. We are here at Georgie Libbie's house with Cathy Bormann, and she's going to walk Georgie through a few tips to decorating her formal living room here and maybe the entryway as you lead into it, yeah?
Yes.
And again, you've been in the house since September.
Since September. We haven't made it to this room yet. We don't do much in here, so it's obviously was not a priority yet, yeah.
But you've got a lot of rooms to work on here, so it's not like you haven't been doing anything.
Yeah. A lot of rooms.
Working on the kitchen so far.
Kitchen and
basement.
it's almost finished, and Michael's office suite's in the basement. And just the little family room that we use most of the time, those things are finished. And my little office behind me, so.
Looks good so far. I like it, yeah.
Yeah, the rooms that you've done look great.
So I'm really glad Cathy's here to help us get through. So we'll let you run the show here.
All
This
right.
is your specialty.
Well, what are we hoping to do in here? What are your thoughts?
Originally I was going to recreate the living room I had when we were in the townhouse. I like a bold color.
Okay.
Not necessarily bright, like cheer, but just
Something
a
that
bold,
stands out.
bold color that stands out.
Okay.
I like those kind of colors. And I had a dark, kind of a greenish khaki, which I have a little bit of it behind the window over there that you'll see in a little bit. But I'm thinking, do I want that again or not?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really open for suggestions. Do I paint 2 walls? Do I paint all the walls?
Okay.
Just
And we want to stay with the same furniture, same accessories.
as of
that
now,
kind of thing?
yes.
Okay.
Just because, yes.
So we're gonna sure. So we're making the wall colors work with what we have.
Wall colors, maybe placement of things. I don't know if you have any ideas on that.
Okay.
So I'm open for anything. I'm just,
Very good. Okay. Well, definitely, the wall color, that would be the first thing that I would start with. And kind of looking at what you have and the artwork that you have. You have a picture back here on this wall. I don't know if you can get a shot of that, but it's got some great colors in it.
It does.
And it gives us a lot of choices. So that's where I would draw from to look at colors to do in this room.
Okay.
And I would pull something out of there. Even, I was thinking the greens. But, you talked about you had green last time, and you kind of want to maybe change it up a little.
Well,
but
different shades of green, maybe.
Right. They're always different. And that was my first thought. But we could always go like a burnt orange would be pretty, too. And then just do a lighter color. And the color, the accent wall that I would do would just be this wall here, this
Just
long
the
wall.
one.
Because you have the fireplace. And that's what you want. When somebody walks in the door, you want the fireplace to pop out. And that's what's going to do it when you put an accent color on that wall. And then, if you want to spread it around, you could do, kind of like you have the bay window, the color cut out there. You could do the same color in the window there. So then that would draw, you'd still have some more, little more color in the room. But that would be the main of it. Okay, so to kind of go back over what I was talking about, my eye was drawn to this painting and all the colors, so it gives us a lot of choices to kind of pull out. And the colors that I was looking at are kind of the darker green for this wall over here, and then just going a lighter beige color with a hint of green in it to pull out. Otherwise, the burnt orange, kind of right in there. And then,
nice.
Again, just a light beige color for your opposite walls, and we just kind of look down the color chart to kind of get that. And then you had suggested...
I love red.
Love red?
I do. I don't know if that would go with the current decorations I have, or, I have a lot of burgundy type of colors in here as well, and the little carpet and things, so I don't know if there's enough of the burgundy to...
And that's, if you were going to pull out a red color, that's probably the direction that I would go, is kind of a burgundy. And you have the black and white on the other side, which is going to work great with that color, so that is, that's another option too. It's the only problem that I have with red. I love red. I have a red room, but you tend to get tired of it pretty quickly.
Really?
It's great for a year or two, but then,
Of course, you like to paint, so it's no problem.
Yeah, change it up.
That's true. I'll just change it. A little pesky red.
Yeah, there you go. It's kind of like, when you see somebody driving a car that's like lime green or something like that, you're like, I wonder what they were thinking. They loved it that day, but then 2 years later, do they really love their lime green car?
Right. It's
So
pretty
that's
trendy.
Yeah. So that's, I love red, and it does look great, but that's sometimes, what I hear from people, that they get tired. So it's almost a little safer. But if you love to paint, then go for it. Yeah.
Do you ever go that mustard color? Not that I would. I'm just curious. It's pretty bold. Bolder than the red, yeah?
Yeah. It would be a pretty tough one to work with in this room, I would think.
In my
that's a dope
kitchen,
way-
I went with it's a pumpkin
Okay.
kind of a
That would be
pumpkin
pretty.
orangey color, and the bottom is what I remember it's cayenne pepper. It's a redder
Okay.
color too. And I really like that. So
She likes it spicy.
I
Yeah.
like it
There you
spicy.
go. Red hot in here, cayenne
Yeah,
pepper in the
yeah.
kitchen. But yeah, if you're gonna do reds, I wouldn't go anything bright or anything like that.
Mhm.
Burgundy, I would stick.
Probably
Yeah, a little more muted.
subtle. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that you would be fine. And the other thing, that you could do is with your fireplace, looking at that. Is it?
Is it marble?
It's marble on the top.
Mhm.
Yeah. Never mind. From back here, I couldn't tell that it was. I was gonna say you could paint it out bright white,
Right.
and that would make it stand out a little bit more. But with the marble, I don't think I would probably.
I didn't think of that because I had thought about painting it white, but you're right, that marble wouldn't.
Yeah, it'll be.
True, I didn't even think of that. Now the next thing is, it's the brass, and I'm not fond of brass. That's pretty dated.
Mm-hmm.
We in our dining room we have a brass chandelier, and it's beautiful. It's huge and beautiful, but it's brass.
Right.
And I don't know if there's anything.
You
sort
can-
of totally replacing it, which is pricey, but.
Right. You can definitely. You can take it off. One thing that you can do is you can pop it off and put a screen up.
Oh, yeah.
And that's very inexpensive to do. Or the other thing is you can pop it off and you can spray paint it. You can buy fire resistant, high heat spray
And
paint.
it looks okay.
Mhm.
It's not. Doesn't look like something's been spray
Spray
painted.
painted? No. If you do it right, you have to
Right.
take the time and spray paint it
Do it the way
correctly.
it's supposed to be.
But yeah, you can do that.
I wonder if Michael would let me do that.
Give it a shot.
Well, it's worth a shot because either way, you want to take it off. So try and spray paint it. If it doesn't work, then you have to figure something out.
Was that a grumbling I heard?
Yeah, that was Michael.
That's where he comes
grumbling.
in. He's like, no.
No, I like the brass.
All right, well, we've kind of moved further down in your living room, but I didn't want to leave out your bay window here because we had kind of talked a little bit about that off camera. And, definitely whatever color that you do on your accent wall, just like how you have an accent color in here, I think that's great to kind of make it pop out. And we had talked about window treatments, and you had a great idea. Do you want to share that? That I thought was fun, and if you do it, I would love to see how it turns out.
Yes, see, Michael, she thought it was a good idea.
No.
Jeez, we're striking out with them.
I want this to pop. I don't necessarily want curtains. I want it to be kind of open and airy, and I don't know if I want, shades and all that stuff. But I tried painting inside there, but it just doesn't pop enough. So I thought if we got some molding of some sort and made a frame several inches outside and framed the whole window with molding, painted the molding the same color as the window, and then continue the color all the way out the rest of the walls. And then you'd have this white frame around
That's
it.
kind of neat. Yeah.
I just thought maybe that would be enough to
Adds an extra
Kinda.
punch to it.
add a little punch to it, and then
And it's definitely going to give you some good contrast between this color and this color because you've got that white
Right.
in between.
so.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and like I said, I've never seen it done or heard anybody doing it, so I'd be curious to.
I'm a
do it.
trendsetter.
Do it.
I'll do
I'd love to
that,
see how
and
it
then
turns
I
out.
will take a picture.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well now we've moved into the dining room, and one thing that we've talked about is all the rooms kind of just keep flowing together, so we want to make sure that the neutral color is following through, but yet you're getting your big bold colors too. So with this room, what I noticed that is great is the two paintings that you have here.
Those are beautiful.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
Painted great colors, and there's a good story. Do you want to share the
A
story?
local artist named Michael Holmes does those, and you'll find him, you'll see him in different spots popping up in Des Moines. I mean, he's down at Valley Junction sometimes during the art fair, and he mostly makes little things, little hearts and martini glasses and stuff like that. We commissioned him to do, I said, do you have any trees? And his was the first trees he'd ever done.
Really?
And since then he's made several others, and he's had them in some galleries, and they're just selling like crazy.
Well, look at your trendsetter.
I know.
Again.
Actually,
Good
I want a
job.
cut of it.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but yes, we really like those.
They're great paintings. So in here, you have the chair rail going across in the room here. And I think honestly what I would do is your neutral color that you're carrying through, I would keep that on the top and then do a bold color on the bottom here. And you can also, your chair rail, make it a little thicker around.
Oh,
Right
that
now
would
it's
be
pretty
cool.
thin. Yeah, I would beef it up and make it thicker.
Like put it, not take that one off, just put another one beside it, or?
You can try putting another one beside it. Probably you're gonna have to take it off
Mm-hmm.
and put a new one
Okay.
on there. Just a thicker one
Right.
on there.
Would you make it thicker than the baseboard, or is that a no-no? Or does it matter?
It doesn't matter, but that thickness would be fine
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted to match it up. It's just going to bring in a little more architectural detail
Uh-huh.
into the room, and it'll be nice because it'll have that big white contrast in between your two colors there.
Nice.
So, and then, you know, on the bottom, again, we talked about the burnt orange and the gray.
Mhm.
Those colors are going to work great in
Yeah.
here too, especially with those paintings.
Yeah.
You know, you've got that orange
Yes.
up in here, that burnt orange, and then you've got the deep dark greens
Mhm.
here. So either one of those are gonna work.
Okay.
in this room. And then another thing we had talked about was your chandelier and
Mhm.
updating that. And that's another thing, you can spray paint it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can spray paint it silver, that works great. And then you could do different things, like you can hang crystals from it, and just kinda jazz it up a little bit, and it's fun to change it out.
That might be a
So
project
that's-
down the road.
Yeah,
That
well,
scares
it's
me
an
to do
inexpensive
that.
way to change out a chandelier
Right.
and get it updated.
I'd probably
So
practice
kinda-
on something I'm
I
not
was
gonna
gonna say,
use,
yeah.
cause that just scares me, you know, to
Mhm.
just take that down, and obviously it's a, you know, it's an expensive one for its time and everything, so.
Right, right.
That's the last thing I'd wanna do is booger it up.
Well, I agree. I'd have to practice too, because normally I'd booger it up.
Yeah.
We've talked in other episodes about painting the ceiling, or at least highlighting some of the architectural features. Would you do something like that in this room, like maybe the
The-
vaulted?
The inside there.
Yeah.
And I think that would be something neat to do. And it could be something that you're, you know, if you wanted to go really bold, you could take your bottom color here
Uh-huh.
and just on that inside,
Just
there.
the angled
slants?
part,
Yeah,
the
the
angled
slants
part.
part.
And then have the flat part and the sides the same as the rest?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, would you go, that part of the ceiling, if there's been painted, that's it's kind of a creamy, not white, but kind of a creamy white, that's what was in the kitchen, and again, it just kind of flowed out to here.
Mm-hmm.
Would you use that, or would you go with kind of a different neutral shade on the ceiling?
Are you talking this
Yes.
part? Yeah, I would probably stay the
Just
same.
stick
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it would then be, it would be a noticeable difference, and I think it would look kind of funny.
Yeah.
So I would keep it the same
Mhm.
all the way through.
I had wondered about coloring that, but I wasn't, do I do the whole
Right, it's
inside, or, yeah, so.
Well,
Yeah,
like
I
you
would
said,
just do
just
your-
the slants.
Your
'cause
slants part.
Otherwise, I worry that it would be overwhelming if you did the whole.
That would be
in
cool, so
Right.
I think,
Right.
Yeah.
I'll have to definitely do that.
That's an easy.
Yeah, and it's
Uh-huh.
just another good way to bring color in, and it
Mhm.
draws your eye up
Mhm.
to it.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I like that idea.
Well, Georgie, you think you got a good plan here?
Well, I think so, kinda gives me a little more assurance that, you know, maybe I'm going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So,
Had some ideas to kind of play around with
Yeah.
and do some
Yeah.
different
I'm also
thoughts.
trying to think I got this super long wall here, I don't really know what to do with that, you know?
I think you should commission homes again.
Yeah, just I'm sure he would
Yeah,
love
there you
that.
go.
Going,
You
wait
could
a
do-
minute.
Actually, if you could do one more, you know, then you'd have 3 big ones
Yeah.
on that
Mhm.
wall. The other great thing for a room like this is a mirror, a big mirror
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
would be nice in here.
Long, big mirror. So,
You got a lot of potential in here.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Neat room,
Definitely.
neat room.
Well, I want to thank you for letting us
Well,
in here.
thank you for coming.
It was so fun having you here, you and Michael, and of course Cathy, seeing you again.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun to be back.
We'll have to have you back again.
Definitely.
Yes. We want to thank our sponsors again, Bankers Trust, Johnny's Italian Steakhouse, and KDC Built, Homestyle Staging and Redesign, and Garden Grunt. And check out our website. We'll have this segment and the previous segment before this up there, so you can see Michael, of course, you're going to want to watch him, and Kizzy the Bird.
Busy.
And thanks
Stole
again,
the show.
ladies, for joining me. I appreciate it, and we'll have to have you back again.
Great, sounds like a plan.
All right, have a good weekend, guys.